biggest طاغوت قال أنا ربكم الأعلى.
Monday, even Monday, I don't understand. My point is, when is this persecution? Yeah.
The persecution you just said in your country, in Jordan, there is persecution of Christians.
Who said? I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Okay.
I'm saying the opposite.
I said the opposite. I said we lived, we coexist.
Okay.
I said,
We'll change the question.
do you understand?
We'll
I'm not
change
gonna
the
lie, you
question.
didn't say that, but
Did I say this?
I'm waiting for that question because I wanted to change it.
So
right?
the
go.
persecution of Christians around the world that we're seeing in different countries, Nigeria, Armenia, all these type of places, yeah. The majority of that hate, this trying to stop people from being able to be a Christian if they are predominantly by Muslims. Now,
That's true.
Why is that?
Okay, now you should understand that's one of the things. For example, when the colonization of the British Empire to many Muslim countries, was it about faith? Because actually they used to call it Crusade Wars.
Yeah.
They called it Crusade
Because
Wars.
Islam tried to take over.
No,
That's
yeah,
true,
it's because vice
We have
versa.
to defend
So
ourselves.
no.
Vice versa.
You tried to
No,
take
no,
our country.
Oh, that's why. What happened to these African poor countries? What did you attack them? What they have done to you to attack them, to colonize them? So the point is, what happened to the Indians, which is Hindu majority? Why did you attack?
English.
Why did you take their country? It's not about.
I'm from Ghana. We were forced to be Christians.
Yes,
right?
yeah. That's the point. Yeah. By who?
By Crusaders.
But that's my point.
Christians
So
in
that's the
those
point.
countries
But
are
in
not
Senegal, you
English.
can say Islam.
Yeah. My
Mali,
point.
say
By
Islam.
the way.
English.
No.
They're from those countries.
No.
Their nationality is from those countries.
Actually,
it's their religion they don't like.
Actually, I will tell you something. That's something you should know, that there are always political movement, and these many
I
politicians.
think ISIS is a bit more of a political movement.
That's a new one. That's a new baby.
By the way,
You understand more if you take the Quran.
the same. By the way,
I read the Bible.
yeah, that's fine.
You can't force him though. Remember,
No,
Muhammad said don't force.
Don't. It's okay. It's okay. It's here. By the way, brother.
No, it's relevant.
Brother.
We're the most
He is here.
persecuted in the world.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Christians are
Look what
the
happened to the
most
Muslims.
persecuted group
Look what
around the
happened
world.
to the Muslims around the world. Then you will realize.
No.
Look what happened to
Those
the
are by
Muslims.
governments, not by people.
Look what happened to the
Hold on.
Palestinians.
They're by
Look what happened to the
They're by
Palestinians.
governments.
Look
Our
what happened
government
to them.
invaded Iraq. That was not us. That was our government. They
But
invaded.
in the name
They
of
invaded Afghanistan.
Christianity.
That was
Did
not
you not
us.
vote?
In the name, one second.
One second.
Brother.
But it's true.
By the way,
it's not the people.
But we're gonna get time out.
Persecution
By the way, brother.
of
Yes.
Persecution.
By the way, I will tell you something.
Persecution of Christians is done by the
Listen.
people,
Let
not
me
by
tell you
the
something.
governments. That's
Let me
different.
tell you something.
Is this not a sovereign country? Is this not a sovereign country?
Yeah.
Do the people, before they go to war, do they go to vote or not?
Not on war, no.
Not on war.
If we had our, do you think we wouldn't invade?
It's very simple, brother. It's very simple. Listen, it's very
you
simple.
talk about
We'll ask a
Palestine,
simple
yeah?
question. We'll ask a simple question. Listen,
no,
brother.
Muslims
We'll
are
ask
talking about Palestine,
the gentleman. We'll ask the gentleman a simple question.
Yeah.
Then we know if he is genuine, because he has to be consistent. Do you condemn what the Israeli government, what the IDF doing? Be honest. Do you condemn it? What they are doing?
Can I tell you a different- I have to
No.
Let me ask that question. Let's ask that question.
Yeah.
I condemn the death of children, women, and innocent men. Okay? My question is if you poke a bear, it's going to bite you. What they did on October 7th.
You're gonna go 7th.
You see?
No. Go back.
They gave. Hold on a second.
Go back. Be honest.
Be honest.
I'm
not pushing, by the way. I'm not pushing.
Be honest.
You gave them the key to Palestine. Not you.
Who?
The Palestinian Hamas. Because what nationality are Hamas? What nationality?
Palestinian.
So you can't distinguish Hamas from the Palestinian people. They are Hamas.
So good to kill them. Wow! You see here. So good to kill them.
We've
So
seen-
good to kill them.
Hold on.
It's the RES. It's Northern Ireland, the RES, or the RES Northern Ireland.
You see here.
Sorry. It's the
By the way.
REA Northern Ireland, or Northern Ireland REA.
What are you talking about, IRA?
All right, no,
Hold on, let's
Yeah.
What my point is,
You see here? You see here?
Let's talk about Palestine.
That is.
Let me talk about Palestine.
Is this the faith of Christianity? Is this the faith? Is this the faith of Christianity? Come on.
What
Come on.
nationality are the Hamas fighters?
That's the question. They're Palestinian.
Okay.
They're Palestinian.
Okay.
But not all Palestinians. But not all Palestinians are Hamas. He flipped it. He intentionally.
You try flip it. You try say that the Palestinian people are Hamas. They're not an issue.
Yeah, you just said this. You just said this.
If they vote Hamas into their government,
they weren't voted. They're the only people. They're the only government there.
They voted.
They're the only one there.
But they're the worst government for those people.
Okay. According to you.
Okay, so you asked me to condemn what's happened.
Listen,
I condemn everything.
I see you. I see you.
No. You see.
I see you.
Let's speak it. You see here. By the way, I will tell you something. I will tell you. You said enough. You said enough. You're not his sister. You're not his sister. You can't do.
Let me finish. Okay. So you asked me if I condemn what Israel are doing. I've seen pictures which I condemn what they've done. But you have to understand, when the Germans invaded Poland in 1930s, okay, they started something that they then could not finish.
Right.
And what then happened is millions of people died.
You see how you went back for that one?
Hold on.
You see you went back for that one? Did you go back for that?
If you're not a Muslim, you should be. Hold on a second. Listen. So hold on. So I'm going back to Israel. So when the Germans did that in Poland, they started something, and then what happened around Europe and in the East and in the West, where millions of civilians died. What Hamas did on October 7th in recent years, started something they cannot finish.
You were so right, and then you just
jumped
forward.
Listen,
You was right.
we have to talk about now, because all of you...
You jumped only 8 years. 8 years. You jumped 8 years.
University students are only talking about Palestine because it's a fashionable thing. Let me tell you now. No. They weren't talking about it 20 years ago. So why weren't they talking about it 10 years ago? Why weren't they talking about it 10 years ago? Why weren't they talking about 5 years ago? They're talking about it now because we are being brainwashed into believing
initially, German, we can't talk.
Listen,
Let me point. Because you were so right. 1930, fantastic. You was right. Right?
Yeah.
And you was able to go back in time. Vintage hours, medieval hours. We didn't even have cell phones.
Yeah.
And you went back
80 years.
Yeah, we didn't have cell phones. You wasn't holding this back then, right?
No.
Yeah.
Cool.
We weren't even existing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So then, why didn't you give that same leverage to the people that are now living in the land that we call the state of Israel? Why didn't you go back?
I can go back. But what
No,
I'm
I
saying
can. Oh, yeah, I can.
Okay, then go back.
How
Then
far
please
can
go
we go
back. No,
You went to
1930.
80 years ago. You want to go back? How many years you want to go back? I was explaining the situation that's now occurring. The reason those 70 people are dying, the reason they're dying
Listen.
en masse
I thought-
is because
listen, I
casualties
thought-
of war is what happens when you poke a fucking
thought-
bear.
You went to 1930.
I thought,
When you
yeah.
poke a bear,
You see here.
Wait, when you poke a bear, that was Israel. When
So
you came in
you see
and
here,
they murdered-
this is the disingenuity. This is the disingenuity from them. I thought, by the way, I thought you're a genuine person initially, and I was wrong. My assumption was wrong. No.
Doesn't make it wrong.
Listen.
Doesn't make it wrong.
Look. You went to what time did the Germans invade Poland? Just give me the year.
It was 1938.
Yeah, 1930. Yeah. After that, that was 1948 when Israel first went to that land.
Yeah.
1948. So you were able to go way back.
Mate, Israel's in the Bible, mate. Hey, listen.
I'm mate now.
You just had a
He doesn't like it.
Let's talk about this.
Now, we need the gentleman to ask a question. We need the genuine person to ask a
mentioned
question.
in the Bible.
Listen.
Israel, the Israelites, is it mentioned in the Bible?
Not the country, the people.
No.
The people.
Is it
Jacob Israel.
Is it mentioned in the Bible?
Jacob Israel.
Is it mentioned in the Bible?
Yes,
Yes or
Jacob
no?
Israel.
Right, so
Jacob
how can
Israel.
it be 1948 then?
What?
How can it be 1948?
The Zionists. I'm talking about the Zionist movement. That's not
Because
Israel.
the whole of their population was extinct.
No. Ashkenazi, they've never been Israel. For you, if you go to the generic, we finish with just in general person. Yes.
Oh, wish I could remake you, man.
Oh wow, you see here. You see here. That is how it is.
Brother, listen.
Yeah.
I'm not educated on Islam,
Yeah.
right? Hand on heart, I'm not. So I'm a neutral. I want to learn from you.
Good.
And so do a lot of my class of people who I work with, for example, at work. We don't know. Some are not even religious in any religion.
Yes.
But we want to question.
Yes.
With what's going on in Palestine at the moment, there are so many Islamic faith countries around Palestine. Why are they not helping Palestine? Because if they did, this war could be over. So my next question, this is what I'm just wondering about. So we've got Israel, who are now sort of the bad people in the world, right? So why are the countries around who support the Islamic faith not helping Palestine? Because they could win this war tonight.
Fantastic. Absolutely, you are absolutely right.
And another question, please. Sorry.
Okay.
In the Arabic alphabet, does the letter P exist?
P, no, it doesn't exist.
So how does Palestine exist then?
Palestine.
Oh, Palestine.
In the Arabic alphabet, I just want to know why.
The scripture is Palestine.
You know who named it? You know who named it? Who put P? It was already a PH in the. By the way, and as well, if you go back, even if you go back to the Hebrew, they call it Palestine. That's how it is. So anyway, that's something.
Why did it change?
I don't know. Ask English. You ask me.
English didn't change.
Ask Latin. Ask Latin.
Why don't the Palestinians
That's
go
it.
to
The first question.
your country?
But
Why don't they
one
go to your
second.
country?
1 second. I will tell you something.
It's like Jesus. That's his real name.
That's my point.
We know it's the.
Yeshua, for example.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
So,
Right.
listen.
So what I want to know is, because like I said, I'm uneducated.
You mentioned your question. Do you want me to answer?
Yeah, because
You have other
what
questions?
I see here in England,
Yeah.
right, and I do respect the Islamic, because you're a brotherhood, you stick together.
Yeah, good.
And
Yeah.
we've seen it over the last coming weeks, right? So why are they not sticking together in this Palestine war? If innocent kids and children are being, I can't understand, because my generation, my heritage,
Expecting everyone else to deal
people
with it.
didn't run. We evacuated our own children, we stood and we fucking
World War
fought.
One, World War
Didn't
Two.
get on small
D-Day,
dinghies.
So
D-Day.
I'm struggling to understand why people are marching around our city of London with a Palestine flag and not going to fight their war for their brothers and sisters.
Good. Now you see here, in these countries there are governments. Yeah. Some of these governments, unfortunately, they are not doing a good job for the people. Some of these governments. That's one thing. And the problem is not about the people just going themselves, just only going with these things. The war needs army and they needs things to be done. And these governments, now there are two sides of it, by the way. The governments, if they enter this war, is going to be a third world war. Because what will happen as soon as these Arab League, for example, they get together and then they fight Israel. Who's the supporter of Israel?
US, France,
USA,
Canada,
France, Canada, this country and other countries. Yeah, and then what's going to happen? And that's weakness. I'm saying, that's how it is. And then as well, who's kind of want to take the advantage? Russia, China, etc. So this is third world war. So they understood these things. Now the problem is this is what's happening nowadays. Now this is on their side, as a governmental side, as something which is, and at the same time, who do you think all of us, we would love, even, and I believe you yourself, you are a genuine person. If you see someone, a soldier with heavy arm, killing a child, torturing a child, you will not stand there quiet. You will do something. You will do something, regardless if this child is Muslim, Hindu, Christian. You demand. That's something, and I will tell you something. That's what we appreciate. I love amongst English people and in this country, that they stand for the truth, even against their own selves.
Can you help me with this?
You understand? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Good.
But can you help me with this? Because that's good, and I'm glad you said that.
It's a contradiction.
It's a contradiction because.
You said that you voted them in. You said.
So what I'm struggling with, you said you see a soldier hitting down on a kid. My passion, my forefathers fought for this country. The last few weeks we have seen Palestine marches, people of extreme views vandalise our heritage statues. So that upsets my culture.
I condemn this.
Right, good. Now, right. Can the Islamic faith do more with their own faith to expose the extremists to help the world be a better place?
Amen.
I will tell you something.
Amen.
Do you know?
Not allowed to, though.
I will tell you. In this park here, check my videos. In the very same park here, I have exposed extremists in this park here. I have dealt with them, and I have warned against them, and I made and exposed them, and I warned those people they don't represent Islam. And there is a scumbag who's still there, and I don't know why they allow him to come here to this park, and I condemn him with extreme views, with doesn't represent Islam, and I do this. I expose many people. My work If you know me, maybe you don't know me. If you go check my name, you will find my work is to expose them. My work, firstly, I will advise. If they are reasonable, maybe some people they could be misled. I will advise. And if they are someone who have this extreme view, I will expose them. I will debate them. I will challenge them to bring any evidence that to their which is something I've already done.
Right.
And that's what we do. Not just only me. Not just only me. Not just only me. No, not this. No, not this.
Right.
No,
He's
no, I'm talking about there is a scumbag who's extremist, an extremist here in the park. And I told the police several times, why do you allow this guy to come here? What is the guy? This guy, he said all the kind of word. He said to a black brother who's a Christian, said to him, you N-word to him. Yeah, he said this here in the.
I'm allowed to.
No, you're not allowed to.
that's
No,
bad.
you're not allowed to.
Anyways, I'm
That's
saying,
a horrible
yeah,
word, man.
and he did this here, and as well, and he was saying all kind of extremist views in this park, and I said, why do you allow him? What's the point? And I went to the police officer saying, why do you allow him? He doesn't represent Islam. What's the point you allowing him to stay?
Listen, I was brought up on Christian values, right? I don't go to church.
Which I admire this. You have
Right,
a
so I'll
Christian
be honest
value.
with you, and I don't even. But what I'm seeing is that perhaps I'm on the outside of the fishbowl looking in. So at the moment, we are now tarnishing the majority because of the minority's actions. So, brother, you need to help us.
We are already.
Police your own religion. You're
they're
extremists.
I'm already that.
But they're not.
I'm
Not
already
you personally.
Not personally,
as a
even
whole.
the mosques around, by the way, mosques around UK, we do the same thing. We expose them. We deal as well with the government, with whatever the policy of the government. We condemn all of these acts. What's more than this? And as well, if there is anything that happens, and I will tell you something, if any attack happens to a church or to a Bible, I will be the first one who's condemning this.
So,
Here, I don't mind to debate the Bible, to say this is a false book. I will say this, by the way.
Yeah, the
But
attack last week on that old boy.
I condemn
Where
this.
was
I
the
condemn this.
condemn then?
I couldn't. Seriously, genuinely, I just heard this from you now. I didn't.
When it did.
By the
The
way,
attack on the doctor last week.
Yeah.
He must
He
be
was a black,
65,
he was a
67.
black 65-year-old
Yeah, we're
Christian
describing
man.
him.
Yeah. And he was literally
Where was
burn
the
him alive.
condemnation of
They
that?
took his body
Okay.
back.
Was this during the Tommy Ross?
is my condemnation now? What's up, brother? I will tell you. Now, is my condemnation now? Is it valid for you if I did this now?
Did what?
To condemn this act? Is it sufficient for
Oh
you?
no, I'm just trying to put pieces
I'm
together.
saying, I'm asking,
not
I'm saying, I condemn it. Do you agree with this?
In Islamic teachers, you can't go against your brothers.
You cannot go against who?
You can't go against your brothers, against your...
No. If my brother, the Prophet, peace be upon him, he told us, listen to this, yeah? Listen to this.
Yeah, I'm listening.
This is a hadith, yeah? This is hadith from our Prophet, peace be upon him. He said, support your brother, either if he's oppressor or if he's been oppressed. They said, oh Messenger of Allah, if he was oppressed, we know how to support him. How we support him if he was oppressor? He said, to stop him from oppression. That's how we support him, by stopping him.
Story, but it's not how it works.
No, but that's how it
We
works.
see that around the United Kingdom.
Okay, are you teaching us our faith?
But no.
Are you teaching?
No,
He's
what I'm
showing you
saying
what he
is,
sees.
from
He's showing you what he sees.
Yeah.
what I see is that
Perspective, right?
when you have, they are Pakistani Islamic gangs around the United Kingdom, in Rochdale, Rotherham, Oldham, Birmingham. You know, they work under a collective group of families. I mean, Tommy Robinson has interviewed people, girls, hold on, before you say anything, who've interviewed that said from son to uncle, from uncle to second uncle, they were all part of these gangs. Now, if the Muslim community in these areas were to come out and condemn them and fight for the effects of the girls, then half the problem would be solved. But the fact that the Muslim community are always silent on everything.
Who told you?
No, we see it.
Who told
when
you?
was the last time you
Who
saw
told you? Who told you? The most.
No, we
I
see
will
it,
tell you.
brother.
For
It's
every
fact.
no, that's fact.
No, it is
Either,
fact.
listen,
Because why are they not
listen.
protesting in Telford to get rid of the extremists?
Since-
Rotherham, Rochdale, Oldham,
By the way,
Birmingham.
did you come here to listen to yourself?
No, but you're not getting the
I
point.
mean, you seriously? Did you come here to listen to yourself?
No, I want to
okay.
make my
Yeah,
point.
My point, and again, I'm repeating this to you. First of all, for any incident that took place by a Muslim who done something mad, yeah, you will find the Muslims mosques, all of them in the UK, condemning this act and behavior. In the attack that happens in London, you will find all the mosques, all of them, they said, and then they showed, first they condemned the act, they showed condolences to the victims, and they have done this.
We've not seen
now,
that.
No,
Where's your proof
that's
of
why.
that? Where's your proof of that?
What's my proof?
Because you haven't
Do you want,
seen doesn't mean that-
listen,
No, no, no,
listen.
no.
What's my proof?
Listen,
do you
the
know,
communities
for example,
in those areas
communities
tell
I'm
us
talking about.
they are oppressed by the Muslim community.
No, no,
they make up 4% of Telford.
Okay.
Okay, they make 4%.
Who?
The Muslim community in Telford
Okay.
make up around about I think it's
All right.
47% of Telford. Yeah. Okay. Now. 75% of them. Now take the women out of the community, take the children out of the community, and take the very old men out of the community. Nearly 80% of the men living in Telford who are Muslim were participating in acts.
80%. Who brought this percentage?
The police.
The police. Where is it?
police,
Can you show
brother.
me? Can you show me?
Brother.
Can you show me? Can you show me?
Go-
Listen,
type
I
it
like.
in.
Listen.
Brother,
By the way, I like.
Type it in. Yeah, do your research about
No,
it.
I want to hear.
But-
What to
we
type?
know
What to
that-
type? What to type?
Find it.
Type. I will type. What do you want me to type? What do you want me to type here?
Ethnicity of grooming gangs.
But if he gives you that stat, will you take it though?
Yeah, I will take it.
And then what would you say?
If it come from the police, I will
Would you
take
come
it.
to Telford with me?
I will
and walk
come.
into the mosques
I will talk.
and tell them to stop raping children. Would you
I will
do that?
take it. Ethnicity
Would you
what?
do that?
I will do that.
Okay.
I will do that. Happily
Then
to
you're
do.
not. You're different. No, because brother, hold on a second. Hold on, because
Okay,
we've
go on,
asked
go
that
on.
question
You see?
there. They said no. Ali Dawah. I mean, you probably
Listen.
know.
Yeah,
I know that.
You know
Listen
Islam.
to me.
I've had
Listen
my-
to me. Okay, what do you
He
mean?
knows, he knows, he
Ethnicity
knows.
what? But according to the percentage that you said, yes? You said, how much was the percentage? You said
According
17.
to
Four,
the
he said four.
victims, according
He said
to
four.
the
In
victims,
Telford only.
According,
do take
Yeah.
put in the ethnicity of grooming gangs.
yeah, what? No, you said that there is a percentage about the victims that
No,
you just
the
said.
perpetrators,
Yes.
okay, the high percentage of perpetrators that are committing those crimes. I mean, if you look at street grooming, middle-aged men, white men, yeah, middle-aged men. It
Okay.
is, predominantly, yeah. But when you look at street grooming as a collective gang, it is nearly 100% Pakistani Muslim men. Why is that? Is it because in
Now here,
Pakistan they live like
where to find here according to what you said?
grooming gangs and ethnicity?
Okay, yeah.
What does the evidence say?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't
one
take
second.
that too much for gospel.
No, I will take it.
because
Yeah,
it's
what
the
is it?
BBC, but
Yeah, it's the BBC. I mean,
Yeah,
you don't
I
accept
mean,
the
they're
BBC.
shit. You
gotta learn.
So
They're
what?
terrible.
Which one? Then which one?
No, a study. You want to follow a study.
Yeah,
what, does that say?
yeah.
What does that say though?
Yeah.
Okay, so in the Mail Sunday, the perpetrators are a group of men, almost all
almost all
Pakistani,
Okay.
Pakistani Muslims.
Yeah, I'm not Pakistani, by the way.
Okay,
but
so
as well,
why
in
is
the
that?
same time, I will tell
So
you
will
something.
you condemn all your Pakistani brothers and sisters that are
No.
brothers that have committed those crimes against children?
Anyone,
No,
even if he's
I'm
my
asking
father,
them.
even if he's my father,
I'm
if he
asking.
committed this act, even if he's my father, yeah,
But
if
why
he
do you,
committed,
but why, and those facts
he
you've now
doesn't
been
want, he
given-
doesn't want to listen.
No, he asked
even,
him.
No.
even if he's my father,
So what do you think
committed
about
this
that?
crime.
What do you think about that?
Listen. I condemn this act.
No, I'm asking
even
you
if it
why
was
they do
done.
it. Why do you think they do
You're
it?
asking me. You need the people. That,
You're
some
a man
people.
of Islam.
Like, does he know? Does he
You're a
read
man
minds?
of Islam.
Listen.
You know the book.
My point is.
It says. Yeah, I know he does, but I'm trying to understand it.
So to understand
No,
it,
you will.
but how can I understand? Now I will tell you something.
I understand why.
Why? For example, I will tell you something. By the way,
In the
I will
Quran,
tell you
it says
something.
you can take sex.
I will tell you something.
I don't know.
I will tell you something.
Does it say
I will
you take sex?
I will
in
tell
the
you
Quran?
something. Listen.
Sorry.
I will tell you something.
Does it say
Like
take
for example,
slaves?
listen.
Sex slaves
I
in
will
the
tell you
Quran.
something. I will tell you
You sound like
something.
that. You sound like that meme.
No, I will tell you
Let me
something. Yeah. You believe in the Bible? You believe in the Bible? Okay, what Moses said, he said, kill all men, women, children, bring only those girls who didn't meet any man and bring them to me. This is Moses. We are following Moses. We are following the Old Testament. So is that okay to follow
Does
the
it
Old
say
Testament?
in the Quran? you
Does
can
it
take
say we are following the Old Testament?
Brother.
Yeah, we are following the Old Testament.
Can you?
In the slaves, we follow the
you're
Old
not
Testament.
following the Old Testament.
No, the Old
The Quran
Testament.
cannot be
The old,
changed.
no, the Old Testament.
The
It
Quran
says,
cannot be changed.
it says
Yeah, but
Moses,
and we've
the
changed our
God,
ways.
Jesus.
You need a new
Jesus said to Moses.
You need a new book.
Jesus said to Moses, because Jesus is the God, by the way, of the Old Testament. Because Jesus, according to them, is the God of the Old Testament. So Jesus, God of love, said to Moses, kill man, women, children from the Palestinians, by the way. Yeah. So they're from the book. They're from the book. Yeah. So he said, bring this woman, kill men, women, children, donkeys, even donkeys. Bring only those girls who never met a man, and bring them to us. So bring them to the army of Moses, his army and his people. So according to this, that is something that was done. by Moses, by the God of Jesus, by Jesus.
Can you answer the question?
Yeah.
now?
So
Does it- no,
listen.
please,
You don't jump.
please.
You don't
Brother,
jump.
You have to answer the
You
question.
don't jump. So I will tell you something. Islam did not introduce slavery. For you to know,
Okay.
Islam didn't introduce
They
it.
like it.
Yeah. No.
They do
No.
around the world.
That's
But
why.
they did it though.
the
They did it
first-
though.
They like it.
The Prophet
Does
had slaves though. He did have slaves.
Yeah,
Does
yeah.
the Quran say you can take sex slaves?
No, but they're not called slaves. They're slaves. Not
Okay.
slaves. Not
So
necessarily.
if the book that was written for the
That's the
Muslim
Old Testament.
community,
That's the Old Testament.
Go, go, go,
That's the
go,
Old
go,
Testament.
go,
Yeah.
go, go.
we're not talking about the Old Testament, we're talking
Yeah.
about the Quran.
Yeah, yeah.
If it says you can take slaves, and it does say you can take sex slaves as long as they're not from the Muslim faith.
No, even
what
Muslim
do-
faith. Even
is-
Muslim faith.
okay,
Even with
so-
Muslim
okay,
faith.
okay,
Even
so
with
if
the
it
Muslim
says
faith.
that, so is that part of the problem why the Pakistanis in this country feel acceptable
No.
to take these girls, predominantly white, pretty much, there are a lot of Sikh girls as well, but predominantly white Christian girls from a very young age. Do you believe, I'm asking you a question being a man of Islam, do you believe because the book says you can do these things, do you believe they feel that they are right to do these things because the Prophet Muhammad allows them to? Yes or no?
No.
So,
No, I don't believe.
So why does it say that you got them?
Now you need to. That's why you need. That's why the brother here before when we read the Bible, he said we need to read the context. Yeah.
There's no
So-
context in taking slaves. You take a slave or you don't take a slave. There's
By
no
the way,
context.
don't behave like this. I mean,
Yes, but
you know,
we've
I
been
mean,
very
still,
passionate about
we
it.
still have,
But you're
even if
pretty
you're
good, to be
passionate.
fair.
Yeah,
You're very good at it.
Yeah, and I'm
normally,
trying.
Normally, we get called all sorts. By
Yeah,
that
that's
word.
fine.
Yeah. So fair play to you.
My point is to you again. You need to read it in the context. Now there is war happens. Yes. Yes or no?
Oh, prisons of war.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
I
those
get where
are
you're
prisoners
going.
of
Yeah, I
war.
get where you're going.
War happens, and those people, and when there is, for example, you know what happened? For example, when you're, I will say to you, when the British and the Americans and the Russian, when they conquered Germany after they destroyed Germany, yeah. Do you know what happened in the park of Berlin? What happened? What the women have done?
The rapes.
Rape.
Yeah, I know.
Massive scale
yeah.
rapes.
Do you know why they did that?
To the extent,
Do you know why they
to the
did
extent,
that?
what they have done,
you know why
that
they said
even women went to the park and drank poison
Yeah,
to
just to end
just
their life, yeah,
just
yeah.
to end this,
Yeah,
to
Russians
take them
say-
out of their misery. So the point is, you see here,
I see where you're going,
so in Islam, it doesn't allow it in this way.
No,
So it's not- you can't.
No, see,
What
you're
those
editing
women,
now.
so you're justifying. He is justifying.
You think that's
Are you
wrong?
justifying? Are you justifying?
Okay, cool.
They said, the Russians said, they
No, Russian, British soldier
No.
and American soldier and Russian soldier, all of them,
the proof.
all of them,
Find me the proof.
all of them, all of them. Simple. Go read.
So you're
Go read.
telling- So
what's the
I'm
videos?
saying. Watch the videos. Seriously, watch the.
Brother, I'm going to move on.
Look at
I
this.
shake your hand.
Anyway,
Thank you very much.
you're
for your time.
welcome.
I want to
By
get
the-
around to other people, but honestly, no.
Anyway.
Listen, normally by now there's a lot of swearing, there's a lot of you kafar, you this. So I really thank you that you've been able to talk,
Yeah.
take some terrible subjects, and actually work it.
And
So
we are.
thank you. And you as well.
What's your name? What's your name?
My name's Danny.
Frank.
All right, then. All right, take care. All right, take care. All right, take care. I know. Yeah.
How you doing, Sheikh?
But we finished. I mean, I'm talking to the gentleman. We're talking to the gentleman. By the way,
That's good.
but
Yeah.
it was amazing actually discussion.
Of course,
Well,
yeah,
I
enjoyed this one.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot actually. It was good. And by the way, there is always misconceptions about certain people. They will spread certain things.
Yeah.
But if you take things out of context, there's a consequence. I will.
But the thing, can you see when you flipped it on him, he tried to...
Yeah.
yeah.
He would go there.
Look, I'm not Muslim, but I'm trying to be fair about the debate.
Yeah, that's good. You see here, and I said to him, this is the thing. You see here, when it comes to, I said to him, the God of Jesus, Jesus in the Old Testament,
Right.
he is the one who literally told him to do that. Because according to Jesus is God, am I right?
Right.
Or part of the triune God.
Yeah.
He is the one who commanded to do this. He said that he suddenly changed. He become love. I don't know. That's how it is. Anyways.
How you doing? So I was taking a look at this about the Muslim portrayal of Jesus. I believe I spoke to you briefly. I don't know if you remember, but we were talking about Jesus in Islam and how you guys say that Jesus is a Muslim.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
so I just don't understand how.
Yeah.
Jesus
Did you start? Did you start? Okay.
Good to go. So I don't understand how Jesus can be a Muslim. Obviously, when Islam came with Muhammad. So if you guys can reconcile that historically and logically, I'd
Okay.
like to get into that.
Good. Meaning of Islam, it means submission.
Okay.
Islam means submission.
All right.
Anyone? I don't know. There are too many now of them now. Okay. Huh? Do you want me as well to record for you? Okay.
Subscription ended.
Yeah. Yeah? So, okay. All right. So the Islam means submission. Anyone who submits his will to the will of God is a Muslim.
Okay.
Yes?